I never thought I would find myself standing in a dimly lit parking garage in downtown Los Angeles, clutching a crumpled receipt that felt like a death sentence. The fluorescent hum above me echoed the buzzing in my ears, a sound that had been constant since I'd heard that voicemail. It was 2 a.m., and the city slept, but my world had just been violently ripped open. The receipt from a boutique hotel on Sunset Boulevard, dated last Tuesday, was for a room I hadn't booked, a night I hadn't shared. My wife Sarah had told me she was at a girls' night in Santa Monica. The mystery wasn't if she was cheating, but who with and how deep this betrayal ran. The cold concrete beneath my feet felt like the future of my marriage, hard, unforgiving, and utterly shattered. Sarah and I had built a life in Chicago, a beautiful brownstone in Lincoln Park, 2 cars, and a future we'd meticulously planned. I was a software engineer. She was a marketing executive. We were the couple everyone envied, or so I thought. The voicemail, accidentally left on my phone, was from a man named Mark. His voice, smooth and confident, spoke of our little secret and how much he enjoyed last Tuesday night. My blood ran cold. Humiliation washed over me, a tidal wave of disbelief and nausea. I replayed it a dozen times, each word a fresh stab. Over the next few weeks, I started noticing things. Sarah, always meticulous, became careless. Her phone, once an extension of her hand, was now often left face down, notifications silenced. She'd disappear for late meetings in the Loop, returning with a faint, unfamiliar cologne clinging to her clothes. Her eyes, once warm and inviting, now held a guarded, almost defiant glint. Our conversations became superficial, punctuated by her quick dismissals and my growing unease. I felt like a stranger in my own home, watching a performance I was too blind to see before. The discovery was slow, agonizing. I found a second phone hidden in her gym bag, a burner. It was locked, but the sheer existence of it confirmed my worst fears. Then came the credit card statements, charges for expensive dinners at places like RPM Steak, not with her usual friends, but always on Tuesdays. A small, ornate silver bracelet, a gift I hadn't given her, appeared on her dresser. Each piece of evidence was a shard of glass, embedding itself deeper into my heart. I started checking her car's mileage, cross-referencing it with her supposed destinations. The patterns emerged, undeniable and sickening. As the first pieced together the puzzle, Sarah grew colder, more manipulative. She'd gaslight me, twisting my questions into accusations of insecurity. "Why are you so paranoid, David? Don't you trust me?" she'd snap, her voice laced with an icy disdain I'd never heard before. She'd flaunt her new clothes, her late nights, her mysterious phone calls, daring me to challenge her. It was as if she knew, or suspected, and was enjoying my torment. The affair partner, Mark, was a senior partner at her firm, a man I'd met once at a company holiday party. He had a smug smile, a self-satisfied air that now made my stomach churn. They felt untouchable, their secret world a fortress built on my pain. I remember one night sitting alone in our living room, city lights twinkling outside our window, feeling an emotional break I hadn't known was possible. The loyal, trusting husband was gone, replaced by a hollow shell. I cried until there were no more tears. Then a cold, hard resolve settled in. They thought they were untouchable. They thought they could destroy my life and walk away unscathed. I would show them. I would make them pay. My revenge would be slow, meticulous, and utterly devastating. I began to secretly gather proof. I installed discrete cameras in our home, focusing on entryways and common areas, capturing her late arrivals and hushed phone calls. I hired a private investigator, a former NYPD detective named Frank Miller, operating out of a nondescript office in a building on West 38th Street in New York City. Frank was a ghost, leaving no trace. He tracked Sarah's movements, photographed her and Mark entering and leaving hotels, restaurants, and even a secluded apartment building in Miami's South Beach. He provided me with call logs, text message transcripts from the burner phone, and even a recording of a conversation between Sarah and Mark, discussing their plans to leave me once her financial situation was secure. The evidence mounted, a mountain of betrayal. With the proof in hand, I began to set my traps, consulted with a divorce attorney, a sharp, no-nonsense woman named Eleanor Vance, whose office overlooked the Dallas skyline. She specialized in high-asset divorces and had a reputation for ruthlessness. We meticulously planned every legal maneuver. I also started subtly leaking information to key figures in Sarah's professional and social circles. Anonymous emails to board members at her company hinting at unethical behavior and a severe lapse in judgment. Casual conversations with mutual friends, dropping carefully chosen crumbs of suspicion. I wanted her reputation to crumble before the legal hammer fell. The public exposure happened on a Tuesday, fittingly. Eleanor filed the divorce papers, citing adultery and financial misconduct, attaching a mountain of irrefutable evidence. Simultaneously, the anonymous emails to her company culminated in an internal investigation. The recording of Sarah and Mark discussing their financial motives was particularly damning. The news spread like wildfire through her company, then through our social circles. Her carefully constructed image, the successful, devoted wife, shattered into a million pieces. Sarah was completely ruined. She lost her job, her reputation in the industry irrevocably tarnished. Her friends, disgusted by the evidence, abandoned her. The divorce settlement left her with almost nothing. Her attempts to claim alimony and a significant portion of our assets thwarted by the overwhelming proof of her deceit. Mark, the smug affair partner, was also fired from his firm, his career in ruins. He quickly distanced himself from Sarah, proving himself to be the coward I always suspected. I saw Sarah once, months later, in a coffee shop in downtown Chicago. She looked gaunt, her eyes hollow, a shadow of the vibrant woman she once was. She didn't see me, and I didn't approach. There was nothing left to say. The silence in my brownstone is deafening now, a quiet, haunting echo of a life that once was. The revenge was complete, but the emptiness remained.